Hi, this is Kevin Thomas, and welcome back to the At Home Film Festival. This is Memorial Day weekend, and guess what? This is the first major giant weekend that people are going to travel. So why don't we travel with them in films? Let's take a plane, a train, an automobile, a boat, a bike, or our feet and go someplace together or alone. We could do it with friends, we could do it in groups now, we could do it virtually. I'm going to take you to fun places in the movies. I won't take you to places that we often have seen before, like although I love Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, it's been seen many times. You all know what that movie is, and I love that movie. Besides, Gay Pride is next month. We're also not going to take a trip with To Wong Foo, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, kind of the American remake of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. People say they're different, and I love them both. But you gotta admit, 3 drag queens on the road doesn't happen every day. But let's take a look at the movies we shall screen. Let's introduce you to stuff that's new to you. Yes, our first movie is Airplane. We gotta do a movie about planes after all. And this was a giant hit. It made like $83 million in 1980, which is like $293 million today. So why would I show a movie that you probably have seen, but I don't think the young millennials care about history. So I want them to see one of the funniest movies ever to hit the screen.
Would you like something to read?
Do you have anything light?
How about this leaflet, Famous Jewish Sports Legends?
Yes, thank you.
09er, you are cleared for takeoff.
Roger. Huh?
LA departure frequency 123.9er.
Roger. Huh? Request vector. Over. What?
Flight 209er, clear for vector 324.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor? You ever seen a grown man naked? Joey, you ever hang around a gymnasium? Joey, you like movies about gladiators? Joey, have you ever been in a Turkish
I'm
prison?
sorry I had to wake you. I'm just looking for a doctor. There's nothing to worry about.
Stewardess, I think the man sitting next to me is a doctor.
Sir, excuse me, sir. I'm sorry I have to wake you. You a doctor?
That's right.
We have some passengers that are very sick. Could you come take a look at them?
Yes. Yes, of course.
It's like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking. It's like I picked the wrong week to quit drinking. It's like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines. It's like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I flew single-engine fighters in the Air Force, but this plane has 4 engines. It's an entirely different kind of flying, altogether.
It's an entirely different kind of flying.
Can't stand it anymore. I've got to get out of here. I've got to get out of here. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Stewardess, please let me handle this.
I've got to get
Calm down now. Get back to your seat. I'll take care of this. Calm down. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Doctor, you're wanted on the phone. Everything's going to be all right. Please.
Sister, please, I'll handle this.
I've got to get out of here. I've got to get out of here. Out of here. I've got to get out of here. All right, now, everybody, get in crash position.
Besides, all my other favorite airplane movies or airport movies kind of end in disaster, and I'm trying to be uplifting and fun. By the way, if you have Stars, you could see Airplane for free, or it just costs a few dollars to rent. Check it out. Why don't we make our first trip movie a cruise? My favorite cruise movies actually end in disaster. Ask Jack and Rose. But I discovered Romance on the High Seas, the film debut of Doris Day. I could talk about Doris in a minute, but it's a super fun movie available on HBO right now, where Janice Page thinks her husband's cheating. So she pretends to go on a cruise so she could spy on him at home, but she sends Doris Day in her place. Very, very funny movie. And if you're a fan of Doris Day, or even if you're not, you will be after this movie. She does not play her wholesome, sweet girl that she plays in every other movie. Yes, I love that character, but she's a little frisky in this. She's a little seductress. She's a little je ne sais quoi. I had to throw in a good word because she does go on the Riviera. So anyway, you must see this movie just for the fun of it, for going on a cruise, and for Doris Day. But a fun tidbit that I read is this really is Doris's first movie. So first of all, when they went to filming, she showed up at set and she wanted to know when we got on the boat. Everybody laughed because Doris probably did not realize as a young actress that they actually film it on a soundstage. Also, it turns out when she watched the dailies where you go every day and watch what's filmed so far, she thought she looked horrible and a terrible actress, but the director said, no, don't go to acting class. Be real and be yourself. That's what will stand out, and that obviously did. So let's enjoy this movie on the high seas. Can't wait to go. Hey, Doris, wait for me. Time after time, of course, will take you any place. It'll take you away in time. It's about H.G. Wells and his famous time machine where he follows Jack the Ripper into the 20th century San Francisco, 20th century 1979. This movie was completely overlooked. It did not make the money that it should have. It did not get the audience, but I find it to be a great science fiction, murder mystery, slasher film, comedy, and romance. So if you're looking for all of those rolled into one because maybe you don't have enough time, it's Time After Time. It was remade, and there's other movies with this title. Look for the one with Malcolm McDowell and Mary Steenburgen, who their love story is so true in this movie that they met on the set, fell in love, and got married in real life. So that's love at work. So let's take a trip time and time again with Time After Time. The Way, Way Back is one of those all-star cast movies that you probably don't even know about. It's got Steve Carell. It's got Sam Rockwell, Toni Collette. Great cast from beginning to end. Oh, Allison Janney! Always love her. But this is about a family that goes away for a little getaway, which a lot of us are doing this weekend. And the young boy sits in the way, way back. A lot of modern people don't know what that is, but in old days, there used to be a station wagon where the last seat is facing the other way. So you kind of feel isolated from your family, but then you feel cool because you're kind of on your own. I don't even know if they make that station wagon anymore, but I remember riding in one once and it was fun. But the young boy here is sort of like mistreated by his possible stepfather, Steve Carell. So he ends up hanging out at this water park. They like him, so he kind of becomes the cool dude there. Having his whole little vacation on his own while his family does family bonding things. He enjoys himself more here. It's not free at the moment, but it often pops up on different devices to watch for free, but it only costs a couple of dollars to rent, and it's well worth it. I call Enchanted April a movie experience. I saw it one time when it came out, and I was enchanted. It's about 4 female friends that decide to holiday together in a villa in Italy and have a great time. I've never seen this movie again. I can't go on more about the plot because it was one of those, I loved it so much that I never wanted to try to relive the experience. It was once is enough. I like to watch movies over and over, but sometimes you just need to remember how beautiful it made you feel, and Enchanted April did that for me. It will only cost you a few dollars to rent, so you should, and the cast is really good. It wasn't a big hit, but it was not ignored by any means. It had 3 Oscar nominations, including one there for Joan Plowright. It could have had another with Miranda Richardson. That was her year. She was Oscar nominated, but for a different movie, Damages. But she was in this and The Crying Game, which was up for Best Picture that year. So she really had a great year. But this movie, maybe one day I'll watch it again. I just want to always remember that experience. I guess I won't remember on camera because it's extra boring for you. So if you want a movie that involves hiking, the outdoors, and trains, I would do Planes, Trains, and Automobile, but everybody's seen that. I love Continental Divide from 1981. Once again, just a few dollars to rent. We've got John Belushi as a reporter that decides he has to go to the wilderness to write the story of his life. He has to meet this woman that is a recluse and she doesn't want to talk to anybody, but he has to go onto her turf to make it happen. They really enjoy each other's company. There's scenes here as they're hiking, looking at the beautiful wilderness. It does have a lot of outdoor shots, which is amazing and beautiful. Then they go on this long train ride, which is really fun. And an extra tidbit for you, it was written by Lawrence Kasdan. That was his great year, 1981, because he wrote this. He also wrote Raiders of the Lost Ark. And he wrote and directed Body Heat. What a great year for him. I love this movie. Really seek this movie out. Really. Finally, I got one you could watch for free if you have Netflix. It's Queen. When you look it up, look for the 2013, 2014 Queen. Don't look for the Queen or Queen of this or Queen of that. It's Queen. It's about a young Indian woman who's about to get married. So close to getting married. Right before her wedding, her fiancé, Vijay, decides he wants to break up. Oh, poor Queen. She decides she's going on their honeymoon alone. First, she's still meek and shy on the honeymoon when she goes to Paris. It's a beautiful city, but she's haunted by the ideas of what she could have done with her fiancé. She's still a woman from India, so she is subservient to her man. She is trying to be independent, but it's really hard till she meets this woman in Paris who is a free spirit, half Indian, and the short version of her name is also Vijay, so it's almost like she's having a honeymoon with someone with the same name. But this friend opens her eyes to so many things. It makes her feel freer. And that allows her to then continue to go to other places. So then she goes to Amsterdam and stays in a hostel with 3 young men. Her life is now full of adventure. In the meantime, her fiancé realizes he's made a mistake, but to her, it's no longer a mistake. I'm in love with this film. I also even like the songs. I downloaded a couple. The friends are great, no matter what country she's in. They speak English, they speak Hindi, they speak French, they speak Japanese, they speak Dutch. This movie is really the travel film that you've been waiting for. So if you don't go to those places, but do go, I love Amsterdam. If you don't go, watch the movie, right? Right. It was so hard to come up with only 7 movies. And eliminating, I decided I had to get rid of a Diane Lane movie. I did not realize how many movies she made where she travels to great countries. But last week I just did Paris Can Wait with Diane Lane in my food segment. So it can't be the Diane Lane week every week, right? But let's remember all the great movies that Diane Lane did. You could watch Diane Lane travel film. She started off her career in a movie that takes place in France, like A Little Romance, but she kept going to do other romantic movies or just lush movies with scenery. Like, let's see what else. She's done period pieces where she goes away to the country for the summer. She's gone from San Francisco to Italy. Diane Lane as an actress has really traveled. I'm hoping these are all on real locations, not just a set like poor Doris Day had, because these are beautiful locations and we should all travel there. So let's start our packing and let's go on trips with Diane Lane and ourselves and our friends. Take a plane, take a train, take an automobile, take your feet, take your bike, take your bus, take your boat. I can't wait to see you next week. In the meantime, please share and subscribe. Oh, comment. What other themes should we do? And tell those who subscribe to share as well. I will see you next week when we start taking a look at gay movies because it's Gay Pride Month. Till then, it's Kevin. Happy Pride. I think I have a little extra bonus at the end if you're still with me. So wait for it.
Is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! Everybody strap in! I'm about to open some fucking windows. Enough is enough! I have had it with these monkey-fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane! Everybody strap in! I'm about to open some freaking windows.